Well, bLU Junior Cup is go for the first race of today. And Steve, they storm down the straight and into Pirelli corner turn one. That corner that we just heard about on the track preview, it is 3 corners all taken as one. And it looks like the whole field has managed to get through there safely on this first race of the day. And what a great experience it is to be here at the brand new One Raceway this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's an absolute honour and pleasure for these young guys to be out there and be racing on this new circuit. Such a great facility, and to see these young guys on track in the first race of the day here today is absolutely fantastic. It is Hunter Corney who's done his fair share of winning in this year so far, who leads the way. Ethan Johnson from Victoria in second. I had the pleasure of sitting next to him on the plane on the way home from I think it was Queensland a little while ago. I always seem to sit next to him on the plane. I don't know if he organises it or not, but anyway, he's a good little talker. Phoenix O'Brien in third and Connor Lewis in fourth place out there at the moment.
Yeah, you're right. He's saying that Hunter Corney has been the star of the show so far. Took, of course, a triple victory at the first round and has continued those ways on. His worst finish so far in the whole championship is fourth place. He won the first race yesterday by a massive 3.073 seconds, and he continues that form into today, leading from Ethan Johnson and Phoenix O'Brien. Phoenix O'Brien's had a pretty good weekend as well, Steve. He qualified second and yesterday finished on the podium in third place in the first race of the weekend. So good form there for Phoenix O'Brien. Right behind him in fourth place at the moment is Connor Lewis on board bike number 77, and then Rossi McAdam rounds out your top 5 on board bike number 16.
Now, Nicholas Lazos is in that 6th position at the moment. He was having a bit of a run round, I think, the caravan park he was in last night, and being a kid, I don't know what he did. He did something, but he's blowing his knee out, and he was at the medical centre this morning getting some ice on his knee. So keep an eye on Nicholas Lazos. Hopefully that knee will get him through the day.
I'm pretty sure that once he gets on the bike, the knee will be the least of his concerns, because he'll have plenty of other bLU Junior Cup protagonists crowded in around him very close as they make their way down to this new bowl section. This is the one part of the circuit that has really changed dramatically from the old Wakefield Park layout. The elevation change there, Steve, the cameras don't really do it justice. There is a massive elevation change through there. The circuit is incredibly banked as well, and the little bLU Junior Cup bikes carry a lot of corner speed through there.
They do. It's probably one of the highlights of this track is that it definitely flows. It's short. It's 2.35 k's long, but it flows. And the riders so far are really loving the layout. Of course, it's a green circuit. The bitumen's brand new. We're the first people on the track. So there is, the surface itself is going to take a little bit of while to rubber in and bed in. And let's face it, today, we haven't spoken about the weather. It looks nice and sunny, but there's a massive wind blowing through as well, which would be making it difficult for these young guys.
Yeah, they did have to experience a little bit of wind yesterday, but the wind has certainly stepped up its game for today. As we look down to the bottom of the hill now at Ducati Corner, one of the overtaking opportunities that was highlighted in the Ducati track preview. And Hunter Corney has not been able to get away as he did in yesterday's race. Ethan Johnson sitting right on his tail. Maybe it's those tips he's picked up from you on the plane flights this season, Steve, that's helping him out at the moment. But he's doing a very good job to keep with the guy that has shown such good form this year. Not only doing the bLU Junior Cup, also racing in FIM Mini GP as well. He's been doing a lot of riding this year, Hunter Corney. Secured his first win in that championship at the last round at Monato as well. So certainly coming in here with a lot of confidence, a lot of good form. And at the moment, this top 3 have made a bit of a break. They've got about a 1.1 second lead over the group that's trailing in behind in 4th and 5th position, which is Connor Lewis and Rossi McAdam.
Yeah, Hunter Corney definitely not having it all his own way as he did yesterday, but it looks like...
I thought Ethan Johnson was going to be able to put a pass on there for the move into Alpine Star's Tech Air corner, but just couldn't quite get the job done. It was on the outside of the track. Corney had the track position and was also just a fraction braver on the brakes at the top of the hill.
Hard on the brakes down into the Ducati corner. This is a definite overtaking position on this circuit. I mean, these guys, obviously, everything's fairly new. They're warming everything up. It's cold out there. Daylight savings has kicked in as well, so we're on the track an hour earlier than we normally would be. So very smart of these guys to take it easy. But it's been a good weekend for them. I was speaking to their team mentor, Gary McCoy, earlier on in the weekend. Actually, I think it could have even been this morning, and I said to him, you know, how are these guys going? Are they managing to stay upright on a completely new circuit? And he said, yeah, I don't think he can recall one of them going down. So it's been a very low weekend for incidences for these guys.
Well, we've seen that a lot of time, haven't we? We've seen them also in some very tricky conditions, been able to master them as well, as Connor Lewis and Rossi McAdam continue their battle. Looks like Lewis has moved back up into 4th position. He was momentarily bettered by McAdam on 16. Looks like the red helmet of Connor Lewis has gone back into 4th position. You can see there the battle between 77 and 16. A little bit of a gap back then, about 3.5 seconds to Nick Lazos in 6th position. Hunter Charlotte in 7th. Jai Strugnell, the South Australian, in 8th position. Jed Louis in 9th, and Zane Beckensdale rounds out your top 10. Yeah,
Jai Strugnell, the young South Australian, not with a lot of experience, but he's doing a great job out there. Qualified in 6th position, and he's having that big battle just back from this group now in 6th, 7th and 8th with Lazos, Charlotte and Strugnell.
I think last round, Steve, was the first time we'd actually seen Jai Strugnell in the championship, of course, running the number 99. That was the famous number used by not only his dad, but also Steve Martin, the 99 Australian Superbike champion. I think that may be Connor Lewis, is it?
It's Nicholas Lazos.
Nicholas Lazos. Well, he's got more than a knee injury to worry about now, as he has unfortunately found himself in the outfield. Look at this, 3 abreast, and coming in very quickly from behind is Connor Lewis on board bike number 77. It's now a 4-bike battle for the lead, Steve.
How did Connor catch up so quickly? That must have been an incredible lap from him. Let's have a look. 1:15.8 for Connor Lewis last time round. He was a second quicker than Ethan Johnson.
And the only rider in the 15 so far in this race, apart from Rossi McAdam, and there's a replay of, unfortunately, Nicholas Lazos on board bike number 11. See his frustration there at crashing on the early stages of this race. We're only on lap 5, or lap 4 it would have been that he crashed.
Lap record is the 1:15.3, so even when the increased winds out there today, 1:15.8.
Well, I think that was Phoenix O'Brien had moved up into 2nd place, but Ethan Johnson is now back into 2nd place on board bike number 31. And while all that was happening, look who's managed to make an escape at the front. It is Hunter Corney. They will be heading for his 8th win of the season so far. You can see the win there, the camera struggling to try and keep stable there and keep these guys in focus as they make their way through Yamaha Revs Your Heart corner, the big bowl section that finishes off the lap here. And it is Hunter Corney that has set sail for the finish now. He will take another victory. He's 2nd of the weekend. He greets the checkered flag. 2nd place was Connor Lewis, Steve Martin. Came from 5th place early on in the race to take the running all the way to the flag in 2nd position on board bike number 77. A great result from him, and backing up his good performance yesterday where he finished in 5th, but his first podium of the weekend. Congratulations to Connor Lewis, and Ethan Johnson rounds out your podium.
Yeah, what a race. It was definitely a good way to start the day. And, I mean, Hunter Corney, he has just taken off into the distance again. And there are your results. Hunter Corney, Connor Lewis in 2nd, Ethan Johnson 3rd, Phoenix O'Brien in 4th, 5th is Rossi McAdam, 6th, Hunter Charlotte, Jai Strugnell, the South Australian, in 7th, Jed Lewis in 8th, Zane Beckensdale in 9th. Ethan Pelgrave takes that 10th position, Augustus O'Halloran in 11th, Elia Andrew in 12th, Henry Hind in 13th, 14th is Zach Russo, Adam Jordan, and of course Nicholas Lazos had that off and didn't finish the race.
Plenty more action coming up here from the old Wakefield Park. It is now One Raceway, and what a sensational venue it is. Michelin Supersport up next.